This isn't meant to be like, oh, we've had a couple bull market cycles, everybody makes some money, we go home, rinse and repeat into the next big thing. Cardano is the next big thing that's been building from inception in 2017, right in front of and under our eyes this entire time. It has been as transparent and open about every stage of its development as you could possibly be. Charles is out there speaking for hours and hours all the time on his own channel, on other channels, on this channel, explaining everything. Unfortunately, a lot of these folks are so smart, and their capacity for what they're trying to develop and their plans and the terminology and all of that goes right over the heads of most of us. But we know it sounds good, and we know it feels good, and we understand that there's a big future in this blockchain. And that's really all there is to it. Cardano's consistently maintained itself in the top 10 market cap of all crypto assets pretty much since inception. I do believe that we're going to get to a point where it's in the top 5, and it's likely never going to move. And then at some point between now and 2030, I see it being in the top 2. And I really do believe that. It's just a matter of, getting a lot of, I think we're at a point now with Cardano that enough has been built to facilitate a lot of major real world use cases. And it's time we start seeing those come to fruition and joining the party. And I think if anything, the relationship with Google and Google Cloud and Midnight, I think that is to me, one of the first major signs that Cardano's getting to a point, Midnight is getting to a point where we're going to start seeing not the pet rocks, not the meme coin craze, not a lot of the gimmicky bullshit that we're used to seeing drive adoption in a lot of these chains for all of the newcomers, but we're going to start seeing real significant institutional and enterprise level adoption across the board, because everybody knows one thing about Cardano: it's secure and it doesn't crash. Those are two of the main things that most other chains can't brag about, because it's not true. Right? It's not true for them in the way that it's true for Cardano. And those are narratives a lot of them stay away from and don't ever touch, because they know they don't have a leg to stand on. But when it comes to global enterprise, global institutional grade interest, you might make some quick bucks here that can come and go. But when it comes to stuff you're actually building long term, especially as it relates to things like identity, do you honestly think that anybody in their right mind is going to trust an identity solution with a chain that shuts down on a regular basis, that has more like gobbledygook thrown into it to make it appear a certain way than is actually real? Do you honestly think that any real government entity would trust something like that unless they were completely oblivious to it? So overall, I just want to leave you guys with this. Like, Cardano is coming into its own. And it has been a long time coming, and it has been doing things in its own way. Even its price action moves in its own way. So, oh boy, I'm going to share this. It's still working its way up, folks. So this is going to be a very interesting weekend, to say the least. I would love to see us break above and test this all-time high. I don't think it's going to happen today. I mean, it's only 11:30. Is it really only 11:30? It is. It's 11:38. Very interesting. We'll see what happens, man. I mean, what I'm hoping, what could honestly happen? We've got these trap traders down here basically saying, you're locked in here. You're not going anywhere for a while. We could potentially come up here, touch this high of the week at around 88 cents in a really nasty wick to the upside, and trap everyone up here, and then end up ranging through here in the weekend. And then Sunday night, we start moving again. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. But ultimately, folks, the whole point of this video, I really think that we're going to break $2 this month. I really think we will. And I think we break all-time high in Crowember. And we just have to be patient. I think the next 90 days are going to be extremely telling. But I also want to leave you with this. And you know what? Maybe I should address, I've got a little time before I hit an hour. I'm going to go over some of the comments and things. And I do, by the way, I do have a scheduled interview with Charles Hoskinson on October 13th, as soon as he gets back from Mongolia. And I'm very much looking forward to that, because there's a lot that's changed. Even with Cardano Foundation, I've noticed there's a lot that's changed. And I'm looking forward to being able to talk to Charles about that and kind of get his perspective on how things seem to be changing a bit. Because it seems like they're actively, like, midnight's coming. You know what I mean? If you haven't done your midnight airdrop claim yet, you might want to buck up and get that figured out. Apparently, they're still having some issues with the hardware wallets. I'm not quite sure what that is all about. I've seen a lot of people be able to claim. I've seen others not. I don't know if it's a difference in maybe whatever software or firmware or whatever version you're running. I don't use those hardware wallets. I make my own, in the sense that, I use an actual computer that I don't connect anywhere to the internet except for like a transaction, and then I lock that shit away, because I don't feel comfortable. I never have. I've never felt comfortable basically leaving my assets in the hands of a third party that's like built around crypto. I don't know. It is what it is. So anyway, look, the future definitely looks bright. Oh, you know what I need to do? I want to cover Wand Chain, because they've got a lot of stuff going on. And if you're not familiar, safe, fast, responsible, decentralized blockchain interoperability, connected to over 47 different networks.